Hello, welcome back, welcome to Equestrian. My name is Brooklyn, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about my riding level that's kind of going up and down, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm also going to go for bareback ride because I'm going to try to kind of get better. I'll talk about it more later. I did set up some hay in a slow feeder so he can kind of eat while we brush and groom and things. I'm going to be completely honest with you, my riding has not been the best lately, and Rocket is definitely not as sound as I would like him to be. Muscle strength and stuff in that type of category. Hello there, Rooster. Hi, chicken. Hi. I'm really working on building strength in Rocket, especially now that it's kind of spring and this spring grass is kind of coming up a little bit. Just a tiny bit whenever we get the little 0.inch of rain that we have. Love that. Good boy. Good boy, Roddy. Good subs. There's the rooster living dangerously by a horse. Good thing Rocket is trained in a sense of anything. Yesterday I groomed Rocket a lot. I walked him around the property at Liberty. He did super well other than like a little hiccups here and there. But that went super well. I was going to make a video on that yesterday, but then I kind of just decided, I used the Shine On mane and tail yesterday. So I'm going to just brush through his mane and tail, and I'm going to braid it, and I will let you know. So I braided his tail, and then I could not find the rubber band, so I had to use electrical tape, but that is what that's looking like. I also brushed out his mane. It looks really nice. So yeah, we're pretty stunning today, huh, buddy? He looks concerned. Good boys. All righty. Come on. We're on a little Liberty walk. Make it turn right here. Good boy. And he's being so good. And doing such a good, wonderful job at pacing with me. Good boy. Yes, good. So good. Good boy. So I am now on Rocket, and I worked with him a little bit on the mounting block because he doesn't love getting on the mounting block, but I worked with him and he was so perfect the first time around, and I am so proud of him for that. I can just tell this day is going to be kind of like a really good ride. I filled my little pack with treats so we are ready. I did not film any of the tacking up process. I'm not too sure why, but I did braid his tail, as you saw, and brushed out his mane. So we look nice, and let's hope we ride nice. I'm going to see if my mom can come and film for me. Okay, that's a wonderful time for wind to come up. Lovely. I'm going to take a very long walking warm-up just to kind of see where we're at mentally. Very good. Already he seems really responsive. I'm super proud of that. And we're just going to see how he does and take a little joyride. We had our first few rounds of trot where it was extremely amazing. Hey, yoo-hoo. Make sure our neck reins and stops work one-handed. Very good. Hey. We're being slightly stubborn, which is okay. And now suddenly that I'm recording, he gets to be all high-headed and things. I need somebody to record me. Okay. Stand. Oh. Okay, I might need to set my phone up. At the beginning of the ride, my seat was on point and I had him pretty collected, and we weren't initially going to canter, but I eventually did canter. But as you can see, he's pretty good here. I was sitting the trot really nicely. I also did some posting and work on the diagonal, and that went well. And then it took kind of a change for the worst. As you can see there, he was feeling up for it and he went into the canter, and I immediately slowed him back down because I was not ready for that quite yet, and it was on the right lead, so I kind of wish that I kept him in it, but that canter was good overall, and I decided to slow him down a little bit because he was feeling very antsy, and this is kind of where things kind of just turned around and I started to get really frustrated, which led to me not paying attention to this lead change. Just watch. He was on the wrong lead and he did a flying lead change, which he has never done, ever. And I didn't realize it because I was so frustrated, and I really wish I just got off there and just rewarded him so much for that. But I didn't, and I continued because I was not paying attention. That was a really, really, really nice canter, and I'm so proud of that, but he did not stay in it, and he broke gait, which was probably from me being off balance or some sort of thing, and we were even on the right lead, which was just amazing. Right here, I decided to just take a little breather and a break just to kind of calm things down a little bit to see if things would get better. He got on the wrong lead there, and I ended up just slowing him down. I got off here, I just took a breather to let him know he's okay, and I worked with him on the ground for a little bit, and then I got back on. It was here where I really started to pay attention to his body cues. I started to kind of get him collected a little bit more. I started to focus more on him, and I did some rounding exercises. I turned him into a figure 8, and I really just kind of wanted to get him slowed down and not so speedy and fast, because that is super hard to sit if you've ever been on a horse like that, and I'm going to work more on this today. That will be next week's video. Before I started YouTube, he had an injury with his hooves, which is why he has shoes on, and those have been working marvelously, and so I've just gotten back into the swing of things, and through all that time I've been working on gaining muscle in him, and so far he's come so far. He also tripped a little bit there, which is also caused by lacking muscle, and that's really just picking that out and being so picky with that, just to kind of ensure that he is going to be doing his best, and for me doing the best care for him. I also always reward whenever I'm riding, or even any time I reward, because horses are just so intelligent and they're so amazing for letting us get on their backs, and they're meant to be pasture animals that live on hundreds of thousands of acres. So it's really just important to kind of thank them for that. Right here I was posting, or I will in a second, and making sure I'm on the correct diagonal to ensure that he's balanced, and that is just what's going to benefit him to get that most muscle. Then I walked him around a lot just to make sure that he retained all of the information that I taught him that day, and that is pretty much it. Okay, you're gonna get the underside of Mr. Rocket, but welcome. So good. I'm going to have to end the video here because, yeah, that was very iffy. But then I got off. I kind of realized something. I got back on. Okay. Hey. Come on. Let's go. I got back on the horse and I tried to get him rounded and using his core. And then we were so much better. And then, so that's just what we're going to work on for the next few rides. He just kind of told me that he needed to be treated a little bit different because of the problem that I'm going to state in the voiceover whenever I edit this video. I hope you so much enjoyed, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.